Welcome to this week's Toolbox podcast, your weekly update of gaming industry news stuff. Today...
Shenanigans.
Today, you have myself, Rianne.
Michael.
What's up? Who are you?
I'm Jess.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
So, how you doing?
There we go. So last weekend was PAX South. Because we are in England and because we are students, we didn't go.
Yeah.
But we do have a few highlights from the game stand. The game bit, all of it is gaming, isn't it? It's Penny Arcade, isn't it? That's what it stands for. Biggest bit of news, bit hype for this, Friday the 13th gameplay revealed. So that was a Kickstarter project and it is well underway. And they've began mocapping for the different kill animations. So I remember the old version of Friday the 13th, like the really old version, because I remember Game Grumps played it last Halloween. It's the same sort of concept. You are the... What are they called? The supervisors? No, supervisors. You know what I mean? The camp leaders. Yeah. So, play as them, you're running around the woods, you're having fun, and then, you know...
Bam.
Bam. Then bam.
Jason, I think it's Jason?
Yeah. Bam Jason.
Bam Jason.
Bam Jason.
Bam Jason. So...
That's actually his full name.
That is his full name.
Bam Jason.
It's his birth name.
Yeah. It's actually on the certificate.
I have a list here of all the ways...
Certificates?
Certificates? Birth certificates?
No, certificate.
No, I just have a list here of all of his certificates.
Oh, no, not all his certificates.
Swimming achievements.
Yeah, swimming achievements, good grades, the usual attendance.
Marks at school.
Yeah, all of that. Really going off topic. As soon as we hit the podcast, I have the list of the death animations.
Oh. Okay.
Currently in progress, and some of these aren't final. These are just of what has been
Involved.
Yes.
Concluded.
Announced so far. So we've got Jason ripping your head off.
Nice.
Standard.
Nice.
Jason slitting your throat and drowning you in a toilet.
As you do.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, okay,
That's intense shit.
Okay.
That is some purpose.
For some reason I got confused with cutting the head off and then putting the head in the toilet, and I thought, well, that's not really productive in terms of, like, killing. It's like, you've already killed them by cutting the head off. Like, what's the point of putting it in a toilet?
We got drowned.
Yeah, you slit your throat and
I got really confused.
You
Sorry.
mean decapitating?
Yeah, I thought...
No, it's
Well,
just,
I mean,
it's
you
just a
might
simple
have
slit in
just...
the throat.
I don't know. Maybe it's just his trademark. You know, serial killers.
Maybe he just
have
carries
their
a
own-
toilet around for him, and then you just put a toilet down, and then just put your heads in it when you're
Like
done.
someone's just randomly carrying a toilet. Like that's
Jason!
That's one animation no one's ever seen, is some guy getting a toilet out of his arse pocket.
Out of his back pocket, yeah.
Putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not included.
It might be now.
Yeah, they could be listening right now.
Yeah, because they're going to be listening, yeah?
Absolutely.
Jason folds you in half when you're sat on a beach chair.
Right.
You're right there, Mike.
I don't know why the tickle, he just folds you in half whilst you're on a beach.
You just want a leisurely sunset picnic. And, you put down everything. You put down your blanket. You get your lemonade out.
Yep.
You get your umbrella up. And you put your chair out. You
Get your
sit
margarita.
down. And then your back is
Wait,
snapped.
is it a lounge chair?
one.
Or is it like just a picnic
It
chair?
just says
Folds
beach
you up.
chair. I
Folds
think.
you in
Where
half
is it?
or
Where is it?
lying on
Write it
it.
down. It just says beach chair.
Okay.
That
So it could be the
anything.
shitty plastic ones, which would be a nightmare. If he's gonna do it, at least,
At least be a lounger, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
at least on a Shaylong, thing.
Come on, man. He pulls that out of his back pocket as well.
Jason crushes you with a to-be-announced metal object.
To be announced.
Yeah, so
Crushes you.
crushes you.
I'm going to
with a
say it's
metal
like,
object.
so it's going to be like a trademark.
So it's not
like
gonna be-
machete or something. That'll be more cutting, not crushing.
It's not
This
gonna
is
be like
do
a
it
can
sideways.
opener. It's gonna be, crush. It's gonna crush you.
Hoover. He just carries a Hoover
When have
around with him.
Hoovers been metal?
Well, you never know.
Commercial hoovers?
Commercial Hoovers?
Yeah.
Depends, really.
Yeah.
I know what. Just put that like a massive like hammer or something.
Yeah, but that's not as fun as getting hit by to be announced sign.
I'm hoping it's just going to be like a
announced.
massive metal, like, don't, like, stop sign.
It's going to be
Just
like
says
Looney
to be
Tunes.
announced on it.
It's going to be like Looney Tunes, where there's just like a random, you know,
Yeah.
100 kilograms of weight dangling. You
Yeah.
chop the rope off and it just goes.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You can be
Acme
indoors,
song.
it still just
Yeah.
crushes you instead, yeah. The man.
Piano.
Yeah.
Two guys
Piano.
carrying a sheet of glass.
Yeah, piano. Perfect.
Okay, what's next?
Jason curb stomps your spine.
Okay,
Curb
that's
stomps
kind of
your
that's
spine.
standard
in this
yeah.
day.
It's not as good as the beach chair.
The beach chair. Agreed. Jason rips the top of your skull off.
Just the top.
Just the top.
How is that? Wait, the whole skull?
Just the top. It just
Just
says
the
the
top.
top.
So I'm assuming that's over like from forehead up, pretty much. The top.
How?
I don't know, it's Jason.
Yeah, but he's not
he
superhuman.
doesn't cut it, like he rips it.
No, it's not confirmed. Maybe he is.
It's to be announced.
To be honest.
That's how it goes.
Okay. He rips the top of your skull off. He's got some like daggers going off on his nails or something to really sort of like, you know, he doesn't like crack you open on a bowl like an egg.
Hands, though, like.
Cracks two heads.
Wait, Mike.
Today on-
put your hand on top of my head and see how much. Okay, so it is kind of like.
Yeah,
And
but
it's-
he's
and
got
it's
big
Jason.
hands.
And it's
you've got a
Jason.
small
Jason probably
head.
has bigger hands than I do.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
But still.
It's not like touching your head.
I was like, how can this work?
How can this work? And the last one is Jason smashes you against the tree in your sleeping bag.
Yeah, that's actually from the film.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is from the film.
Yeah.
But
From
that,
films.
to me, that's hilarious though, because you're like, oh, good night, and he just gets the bottom of it and swings you around.
Have you seen it where the girls like scream it and then he just literally just like shut the fuck up and hits her against the tree? And
I
then
haven't
that's
seen
it. She
That's
out.
it.
Like, she did.
She out.
She gone.
See you later.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Like, I'm done.
I haven't seen it.
I'm
no.
trying to remember that scene. I can't remember it now.
I have never watched the films.
Have you not?
No. Never got into them. Never. To be fair, I wasn't a big horror. What's you know?
Neither
it's
am
old
I. I just
school
watch
horror
it for
now,
jokes.
but I should
For
watch
the
it.
lols.
Yeah, for the lows.
But yes, so they're the killing moves that have been announced so far. But Ronnie Hobbs, who's the co-creator, has said if we get away with half of this stuff, it'll be a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still actually kind of surprised at Mortal Kombat.
It's very Mortal Kombat-esque.
Fatalities
in the whole,
got away
yeah,
with what they've done.
It's to be seen, but I hope it'll be okay. I mean, I'm not a big gruesome.
absolutely
But the thing
gonna
is
get
that
banned.
but there's so
Certain
many
countries.
games now that
Yeah.
have gory elements in it.
True.
I mean, even Witcher 3, like when you decapitate the head, you just see the sword go from the neck and then the head comes flying off and there's blood. I mean, that's still pretty gory.
Is that now
even if you think
classed
about
as
it.
like casual game physics nowadays?
Yeah, exactly, but it's still gory if you think about it.
Yeah, of course it is. I think we're just immune to it.
It will be banned
now.
in Australia. Done. Silent Hill Homecoming was banned in Australia, and I don't even know
Because
why.
Australia, they've got very tight laws over in Australia.
China's another country. Who are
China
quite
just,
strict as well.
I don't even know if China's allowed to have any consoles at the moment. Like
I
last time
don't
I
know.
read, they banned a load of consoles and stuff, so I don't even know.
Yeah, I agree though. If they get away with half of it, they get very lucky.
But the Kane Hodder, who's the original actor from the films, has actually been doing the mocap for the game.
Oh, sweet.
He's actually injured himself during the mocap sessions. I don't know how, but if you look on his bicep, the whole of his bicep is purple. He's bruised the entirety of it. No word of a lie, I'll show you, but it's brutal.
He's probably doing the mocap for the to be announced weapon.
That was for, he did it for the sleeping bag.
Oh, really?
That's how he did it in, yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know what the hell happened there, but he just went, "Ugh!" It was purple.
Probably
All
straight.
of his bicep was purple.
Yeah.
He strained it somehow. But the game is going to be co-op. It's going to be 1 versus 7.
Oh.
Okay, so 7 multiplayer as
That'd
well.
be quite cool.
So that's going to be cool. So you've got, I assume the NPC is going to be Jason. You've got up to 7 multiplayer, online co-op or
Yeah. Just multiplayer in general, really.
Yeah.
the word's gone, but same room co-op.
Local.
Local. Why is
Oh
that
my
gone?
days.
I know. Flipping local co-op. Yeah. And I put here, my notes actually says be a dick to survive, because they've sort of said you can use other people to get the F out.
Yeah.
And
Distraction
yourself.
and
Yeah,
stuff
exactly.
Like that,
so you can totally be a dick and screw over
So in
other
real
people.
life. Like,
Yeah, in
it's-
real life.
You know.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is going to be like, it answers the question, what would you do if you were in a horror movie? So it gives you like a multitude of options for you to just sort of either panic or die, obviously, or like screw other people over, or yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because it looks like it's a good session, like it's a good night in. Grab a few friends, grab a few drinks, have a laugh.
Yeah.
So I hope it does well.
That's going to be definitely one for a ton of laughs.
Yes. So anyway, that was like the spotlight from PAX South for me personally, but a few other noteworthy games I just wanted to point out. So Rivals of Aether, don't know how to pronounce it. It's similar to Smash Brothers. It was actually created by a couple of pro players, some casual players, but some pro players of Smash Brother. It's an 8-bit sort of style of the Smash Brothers game.
Okay.
That's the inspiration behind it. And I believe like every character, they have, like you would in a MOBA, where you've got like different balanced sort of the character traits. They've really honed in on that. They're very adamant that it's going to be all the characters have their own pros and cons.
Yeah.
To the point of it's not going to be everyone picks it up and just starts playing it, and you just pick up any fighting game and you press buttons and you can like spam something. I think it's going to be more skill based, which is good, which is nice. I'm looking forward to that. Lightfall, that is a really, really pretty platformer, where you sort of have to build your own environment whilst getting through the game, and it's really, like I said, really flipping pretty. It's between Limbo and Ori and the Blind Forest. That's sort of
That's a good combination.
Yeah, it's very, very nice looking. And Omnibus, which is my favourite. It is a bus simulator, and you play around with physics driving a bus. It's amazing. I think it's still in very early access or beta, I don't know, but it looked really stupid, and it's going to be one of those games where everyone's just, like, everyone and their mum on YouTube is going to be doing playthroughs of it. That's what it looks like.
It's going to end up there, definitely.
It's going to be fantastic. Okay, so moving on from PAX, the Lego game trailer has been released for The Awakening, and it is absolutely adorable. And it starts off with the whole, someone's reading off like, oh, The Awakening, and then the alarm clock goes off, and it's the usual TT Games humour we're used to, and it's nice to see them following up the Star Wars franchise, because they've done Star Wars before.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's been very popular, and TT Games in general have always done very popular Star Wars games. And it's super cute in the advert, because BB-8's still got the little like knobbly bit on the top of his head, like a flipping the Lego characters, and he does his torch flip thumbs up thing, and at the end they fly on like Death Star, and it does the shape of a Lego head. Why am I the only one like to be really happy about this? It looks so adorable.
No, I'm happy for it, because it's just another Lego game, and Lego games have always kind of been kind of cool. From just all of them, really, like the Harry Potter ones, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, all that type of stuff. Always been nice, always been cool. So I'm just happy I'm getting a new Legos game. Okay, they're always great to have a laugh with.
Yeah.
And just again, the humour is pretty much just right, really. Like obviously they pretty much goes over the story again, but there's always like added bits of humour that you don't.
Yeah.
They just added in themselves, and it's really cool.
Huh.
So I'm just happy I get a new Legos game.
It's gonna be good. Going to be cross-platforms as usual, like every platform you can imagine, and it's going to be released on the 28th of June this year. So it's nice. It's nice. Quick turnaround. It's good. Good, guys.
Good.
Division beta was released and has been extended by a day or two, I think, but has been hacked on the PC.
Of course it has.
So, they closed beta for the PC, and it actually had people altering the statistics in their games to cheat. And this included infinite ammo, extra life, no recoil, which apparently is very big for that game. I'm not a first-person shooter, not by any means. Like, I'm not a big fan of that genre.
Especially for a third-person game as well.
Yeah, and yeah, so players have managed to, apparently, I will post all the links below where I got this information from, but what they have done is the player statistics are stored on the client side. They are then easily altered and then sent back to the servers, and instead of the servers checking it and going, wait, you've changed that, no, it doesn't do anything, it just takes it and goes, oh, okay then, and then you just carry on playing. Which is a little bit of an issue, especially when it's out March the 8th.
Yeah.
So that's quite a quick turnaround that Ubisoft have to do, but they know about it, and they have said that they are aware of the hacks and are fully committed to providing the solutions against this.
Good.
Good.
Betas are a thing.
Betas, yes.
I might obviously betas are going to be good, because if this happened when it would just they say, okay, cool, we're just going to release the game, have at it, then obviously if this would be a much more of a bigger problem. Betas is kind of a little bit more excusable because they've gone out their way to release a beta to fix these issues for the official release, which is great. But the simple fact that the servers just say, yeah, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, alright. Oh, they look a little bit different. We'll leave it. Go on. Go forth. Have fun. It's a little bit weird, if I'm honest. I'm surprised this wasn't actually picked up beforehand, especially if the information, like you said, is stored on the client side.
Yeah.
It's a little bit...
So we need something on these
obvious.
servers to either do a double check, cross check, or get rid of the fact. I don't know. I'm not.
Or just have like a team dedicated to constantly comparing statistics, which is going to be a pain. But if they have to do it, then
no, they'll probably just put a system in place that checks it. But yeah.
I'm gonna sneeze. Don't just have silence. Don't just have silence. Just talk. I can't do anything.
Well, there's been more betas out. If you want to know, Mirror's Edge.
Oh yeah,
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge.
I think I said there was another one that I've completely forgot. But yeah, Mirror's Edge I remembered because I've signed up for that. I don't know.
Oh,
so
you've
just
signed up for
signed up for it.
I see. Yeah, sorry.
So it was for PC and PS4.
I'll be actually kind of excited for the new Mirror's Edge game. If I'm honest.
Everybody is, because everybody, it was the first game, it was just enjoyable. It's one of those games where it's like, I just enjoy playing this. There's no other criticism. You know what I mean.
The Mirror's Edge game in general has just been kind of highly anticipated. People have been wanting it. So the simple fact that it's actually finally coming out is got a lot of people excited for it. So a lot of people are hyped.
Good. Okay, I'm not going to sneeze anymore, so we're going to go on with Creative England is going to partner up with Imaginarium. So Imaginarium is a studio based in London and founded by Andy Serkis, who a lot of you will know for doing mocap and things like Smeagol, Planet of the Apes, all that jazz, and Jonathan Cavendish. So that was created in 2011.
Yep.
And it specialises with mocap in film and video games, and now it's aiming to bring a spotlight onto the independent game sector. So there's been loads, over the past 6 months, there's been loads of stuff that the UK has done to sort of highlight, showcase gaming talent, new gaming talent, and funding it. So we've got the grants and stuff that they put in place last year for the creative industry. Boris Johnson, then, we only talked about this the other week, is putting together a London festival for 10 days on the new independent game market and the business side of it. And now we've got another one, and they've said that they want to aim to release between 5 to 10 games in the first 12 months to showcase some of the newest talent in the British gaming industry. Oh my god. Okay.
It is a lot.
It's a lot to take in, especially when you're fresh-faced and you're wanting to get into the industry now. This is probably a very good time, but the one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is that it seems like the government and a lot of companies like this are really taking this on board because they know it's a profitable industry.
Oh, absolutely.
So my concern is that maybe we're going to be losing a bit of creativity along the way.
So what, in the 1980s where everyone jumped on the bandwagon, games were released.
I don't think we'll have another games crash, but I think in the UK they're pushing for it so much. We're going to have a flood of people going, I want to make games, and they're going to fund them, and it's just going to be the same stuff being poured out, possibly, and it's just going to be, I don't know. I'm just a little bit I want to see both sides. I'm just illustrating both sides.
The pros and cons.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, a worry because with what happened with the crash, it was just everyone is making games, and with the news that we've been covering for how we've been doing this, with what's been happening in Canada as well, and what's been happening now, it's happening over here in the UK. A lot of money's been pushed into it, and like you said, there is a possibility that a lot of the imagination side of things, because people just want to make the money for it, just because so much has been now focusing on this, it's gonna have to definitely be closely looked at, because And I say, like, people are just going to be making it for the sake of making it. And the same with, like, Steam, how flooded games are on Steam now
The
as
iOS
well.
store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just mobiles and just a lot of ones in general are just flooded with just, like, really rushed, unfinished games, but that just kind of want to make money. Not all of it, but it is a majority.
It's rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
That's basically what it's like. When Flappy Bird came out, the amount of Flappy Bird
rip-offs came, yeah.
And the same with like Angry Birds and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then you get like Call of Duty rip-offs, and it's just the same thing over and over again. But that's not what customers want.
No,
They trust the brand name, not the actual idea. I think that's it.
It's definitely a worry us, and it's definitely something that needs to be looked at pretty goddamn closely, so that we just don't have just another crash in general.
I don't think we will. I think maybe Britain there might come a time where we're pushing out too much content and things aren't being looked at.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much going around. You can't... I mean, there's so many games at the moment anyway. Like, people just make indie releases all the time. But, yeah. It's lovely that we've got a nice mocap studio to work with, though, because mocap, if you do it right in games, it's beautiful. It's, like, linking it back to flipping Friday the 13th. It makes all the difference, even if you're just using it in cutscenes. But it'd be nice to see them pushing out those 5 to 10 games. I'd like to see what they're showcasing, because obviously with Imaginarium, they're going to try and be specific if they've set themselves that limit.
Yeah.
So that would be nice. Nintendo have released their profits and their margins and everything for the quarter year. Business. Their net profit has dropped in the last quarter. So, in the overview, they've dropped profits of 36%. Which
That's
is a lot.
worrying.
But it is Nintendo. They do tend to have spikes of release something brand new or release new Smash Brothers. And everybody goes apeshit. And then it just dies down. And I looked at the graph for 2015 this time last year, and it was all over the place. Like, it was up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
I think it might be a repeat this year, especially because they're planning to release the official sort of what they're making for the NX.
Yeah, that is true. Like, a lot of
They're
money
going to
could be on
release that in spring this year.
Spring.
Not the actual console, but they're going to reveal what the console is in spring. So I think with that bomb, they're going to, sales are going to pitch up a bit, and then it's going to go down again, and until the release of it.
Yeah, because they're not going to make any new content. Because I think the thing is with, PlayStation and the Xbox, one, it's for a completely different audience anyway, but, I mean, there's companies that make games for those consoles.
Yes.
So, you've got Activision, you've got Ubisoft, etc., cross-platform games, whereas with the Wii and the Wii U, you don't have that. A lot of it's in-house games, as far as I'm aware. So they're not releasing as much content, therefore they're not making as much profit, because a lot of the games are very much the same, recycle and repeat, because that's what makes the money. So, I don't know. I think they have to do something a little bit different with is it the NX?
Yes.
Yeah, the NX.
Which is why they're sort of reaching out to the mobile consumers, because... Okay, alarms. Because the NX is rumours that it will be cross-compatible with mobile devices as well. But they have said that the digitally downloaded games are becoming more popular and mobile purchases have increased. That's where their main income is coming. Not a lot of people are doing physical copies anymore, which is kind of sad. Because I'm always a sucker for physical copies. I'll go out my way just to get a physical copy.
Yeah.
Because I'm paranoid as well. I don't trust just data just corrupting and not being able to install anything and just So bad news for Nintendo, but I think it's going to perk up again and do a repeat of 2015.
Yeah, it'll be
Hopefully.
fine, to be honest.
And last but not least, we always like to leave it on a little bit of a weird note. It's a sad weird note, but Ant Simulator has been cancelled.
Shucks.
It was backed on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Everyone was really pretty hyped for it because you got to control an ant who controlled their colony, and it was like Insect SimCity, and it was a little bit kooky, a little bit fun. And it turns out that the small team working on it, everybody apart from one guy, took the money from the Kickstarter and spent it all on booze and strippers. So
And bars.
And bars.
And just random food. Random restaurants and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But apparently there's like controversy there, because he said that and there has actually been a reply that they've said that that's not actually correct. So there's a lot of like what actually happened to it, like what's actually happened to the money.
Well, he said, the guy, Terensky, who is the guy who posted a bit video publicly saying all these things about, you know, him finding out what the rest of the team is doing, and he announced that he'll try and refund everybody on Kickstarter. Obviously, it's going to be difficult if there's no money, but he said he's going to try and do it. But, yeah, that's interesting that they've responded to it, because he was so angry and, like, let down by them. I'd like to see the response.
So yeah, it's a bit unsure whether it's all just a massive cover-up. It might be like a massive cover-up, and they didn't actually
hopefully
make
it's
the game
not,
at all.
but
He has said that legally he can't do anything because they signed a contract altogether, so that is their product. So if one of them went off and carried on, the others would have rights.
Yeah.
So basically, Ant Simulator, I'm sorry guys, it's just not going to be made.
Absolutely crushed.
Unless someone does something completely different, or another company takes it on who, I don't know, but I'm sorry guys. I know everyone's gutted, but we're going to have to keep carrying on with the news, and we're going to go over to the indie section. So Jess, what beautiful gems have you found for us today?
So this week I have actually got news.
ew.
Yay!
I did. There it is. I got it. So the first one is about the Witness, which is a puzzler, and it's done really well. And yeah, shall we just talk about the Witness in general?
Might as well.
Yeah.
And then I will find the actual article.
Basically, we need to cover up because she's lost the webpage. It's fine. So Witness was released last week. It was released last week. It was actually on the releases from the last podcast, and that was for PC and PlayStation 4.
Yep.
And there was a little bit of hype about it. Like, it was on the official pages, and everyone was
I've heard
talking
quite
about
a bit of news about it.
Yeah.
It's popped up quite a lot.
So it came out of nowhere. I had no idea what it is until Jess told me it was a puzzler. It's quite basic. Not basic,
It looks really pretty though.
It looks really pretty, but it only looks like they've used sort of like diffuse maps on the assets. It's very simplistic by the looks of it. But yeah, Jess,
I still haven't found it. I don't know where it's gone. I clicked on Wild Star and I don't even know what that is.
So was this an official game? Is it? So did you say it was a Kickstarter project? Was it?
I don't know because Jess hasn't got the art.
I think it's an indie game.
Right.
It was an indie game,
So
and
sorry.
basically, it's done better than Braid.
Oh.
Within the first week, it sold 100,000 copies, and it's made about, I think it was 50 million, something around there.
Which is amazing.
Or 10 million. The thing is I had it up, and then I was trying to find something else. What I'll do is I'll come back to that, but I'll move on to something else. But it's done really well, better than they expected. And like I said, it's done better than its predecessors. There we go.
Sorry guys, I got it.
Got this.
Oh yeah, 5 million. I was close. Even though I said 50 million, but it was 5 million.
I was close.
No, it was the 5, okay. So yeah, it's 5 million revenue for the first week of its release. But they have got a few issues with the PC version, with graphics drivers, so they're going to fix that, and hopefully they'll make more monies and do well.
It's nice to see a company doing well.
And then I've got a few other stories, but it depends. Do we have time?
Do we have time for a few? Really quickly, just explain the other two.
So we've got two other ones I want to go through. A Kickstarter for a game called Knights and Bikes, and it's like the cutest thing ever.
Just go watch it.
Yeah,
just go watch
it is so cute. So it's made by like developers from Little Big Planet and Ratchet and Clank. And it's a little bit, it is like Little Big Planet. It's like Little Big Planet mixed with Tearaway, mixed with like Battle Block Theatre. Like that's what it reminds me of.
Oh, right.
So yeah, go check it out. It looks super adorbs.
Much adorbs.
Much adorbs. And then the last one is called
Dujanah.
Yep,
Dujanah.
Dujanah. And it is a Islamic infused adventure, and it's a story-driven game where you play as this girl who's in Islam or something that looks like Islam. Well,
or
it's
something that
it's
looks
a fictional. It's a fictional Islamic country.
Okay.
And it's been occupied by the military forces, and the player will go through like loads of different dilemmas, so political, moral and psychological dilemmas, and they'll be able to explore the world, and apparently it's going to be like a mixture of realism and fantasy, and the art style is really cool as well. It's like a mixture of photo collage, handcrafted objects and claymation.
Yeah.
So it looks really unique. Like I haven't seen that kind of art style before.
Lumino City, sort of like stop
if you have a
motion, that
look,
sort of.
just with that. It looks
It's
really
so pretty.
It looks really cool.
Ah.
But I'm assuming like because it's like psychological, maybe the colours will change depending on the.
That'd be cool.
Like I'm just maybe not, but
it looks interesting. I give it that. It does look.
And I think that's being kickstarted, if I'm correct.
So go check it out, guys. Go have a look at the Kickstarter. That's Dujanah. I'll put it in the link below. But we need to wrap up with the releases of this week. Take it away, Michael.
Oh god, I hope you got like camps ready or anything. Cause I've got 28 games.
Woo!
I'm not going to read all of them. I'll just pick out a handful of ones I'm personally looking forward to. I'll see if we can put the rest of them a link or write them all
In
down.
the description.
Because there's 28, and last week there was way too much. You got Crypt of the Necro Dancer, which is an amazing game, really addictive. God, I love that game. It's just so damn addictive. You've also got XCOM 2 on the PC.
My dad is hyped.
Yep, absolutely. You also got the amazing game, which is American Truck Simulator.
Hell yeah!
Are you hyped? Also, you got so look here. You got Amazing Discoveries in Outer Space, which seems kind of like a fun game as well. You also got some mad Digimon story, Cyber Sleuth, which Digimon's always fun. Gotta remember Digimon from the childhood.
Digimon.
And there's also a ton of other games. You got Dungelot, Shattered Islands, The Political Machine, Peg Solitaire. You know, you always got a little fun of some solitaire action.
Got a little bit of solitaire action.
Marvel Avengers Academy on iOS and Android as well. And you got a ton of other games, and they're just a little bit of highlights. Next week, I'll see if I can make sure, because it looks like next week don't have too many releases, but I'll make sure I can categorize all of them to PC, all the consoles and stuff like that. So there's a little bit more near, and I'll read them all out next week because there's not that many. So I'll make sure to put it in the description.
Right, guys, thank you very much for listening this week's podcast. Any news articles we'll post below. Any releases we post below. Why are you looking at me like
You've totally
that?
missed a second.
Games of the week! Oh my god, I'm sorry. Game of the week. Okay, Jess.
I've actually got a game of the week that's not Witcher 3.
One.
Oh my god, it's not Witcher 3?
My God.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
No.
Epistory, Typing Chronicles.
It's beautiful.
It really is.
It is so pretty.
And it's like if you want to learn how to touch type, or you want to get a kid to learn how to touch type, it's a really good way of doing that because have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I don't have to explain. But you'll have obstacles and you have to type whatever comes above the obstacle, and it's the same with enemies. And it's really, really cool because you can either use WASD or you have your hands in the middle of the keyboard and you can move around that way. I think it's like IJ and something else.
Yeah.
On the other side.
WASD as well.
And I've watched like kids play it at the National Video Game Arcade.
Hey.
Plug-in. And like kids really get into it, and I've seen like adults really get into the game because it's easy to play. And yeah, I like it, and I'm gonna get it. It's on early access on Steam, so have a look at it. It's cool.
You gonna do me?
You go.
All right. I'm gonna do a little bit different because I'm surprised I haven't mentioned it yet. I'm pretty sure I haven't, but I'm gonna go with good old-fashioned Dawn of War 2. It's a good Warhammer strategy game. Big fan of the Dawn of War series for an extremely long time. Strategy game. They kind of changed it up from the previous Dawn of War games, so it's not army-based, more small tactical squad-based. Still a strategy game, still the same world concept. Amazing, huge fan of it, and I am crazily addicted to it.
Awesome. Okay, my game of the week is Battalion 1944. It was released on Kickstarter this week and has, within I think like a day or so, completely got its target of 100,000, and people are still going. It's a small company in Derby. It's like 8 people
nice.
in a little room in Derby making this game. if you want to go check it out on Kickstarter, be my guest. It's an old school World War II first-person shooter, but it's done like sort of the original Battlefield, Call of Duty, the ones that
Medal
we
of
sort
Honor type of stuff,
yeah. It relies on skill and close quarter combat, and it looks really interesting. So go check it out, guys. And that is it for this week, this time.
Are you
thank
sure?
you, yes, thank you very much for watching. We'll try and get some more content out for you guys. It's difficult for us, because just give us feedback. We want to know. If anything's shit, tell us what's shit, okay? If you want to hear more of something else, tell us. So we will see you guys next week. Goodbye!
Bye!